Hello everyone, welcome back to Canadian Immigration Specialist. Is it really true that visitors in Canada can get a work permit? Everyone, to the latest immigration update from Canada, we bring you exciting news that's sure to impact many aspiring individuals. The Canadian immigration landscape is evolving, and in this video we'll tackle into the recent developments regarding work permits for visitors. Stay tuned to get the most up-to-date information on the latest updates from the Immigration, Refugee, and Citizenship Canada. But before we dive in, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to our channel and hitting the notification bell to stay informed about essential immigration news and updates. Now, let's explore the promising changes in Canada's immigration policies. If you are a visitor inside Canada, will you be able to work? While work and study permits are issued for performing or undertaking specific activities in Canada, a visitor's visa has a broader scope. However, that doesn't mean that there are not any restrictions on what you can and cannot do as a visitor in Canada. Canadian work regulations apply to all individuals who are not Canadian citizens or permanent residents. If you are visiting Canada with a visitor's visa, there are crucial considerations to keep in mind before seeking employment in the Canadian labor market. That is why, in this blog, we will provide you a clear breakdown of what is permissible and what is not while under a visitor's visa. While a visitor's visa holder in Canada, you cannot stay here permanently as a visitor's visa holder. A visitor's visa allows you to enter Canada and gives you temporary legal status in the country. However, you only maintain that status for as long as your visa is valid. You cannot legally stay in Canada on a visitor's visa that is no longer valid. Number 2, work in Canada. You need a valid work permit to work in Canada. A visitor's visa does not allow you to work in the country, so you need to make sure you don't engage in any commercial activity where you directly enter the labor market of Canada during your stay as a visitor. Number 3, study in Canada. As a visitor's visa holder, you cannot study in Canada except under the specific conditions listed. In all other cases, you need a study permit to legally study in Canada. Number 4, apply for a study permit. You cannot apply for a study permit from within Canada on the basis of your status as a visitor. You will have to initiate the study visa process after returning to your country. One exception to this rule that allows a visitor to apply for a study permit from within Canada is if he or she has a family member holding a valid Canada study or work permit. But under a visa, you can enter and stay in Canada. Firstly, and most importantly, a visitor's visa allows you to enter Canada. Once inside Canada, your visitor's visa gives you temporary legal status to live or travel anywhere you want in Canada. When visiting Canada and considering it as a potential destination for work or immigration, you have the unique opportunity to compare cities, labor market, job prospects, cultural experiences, and the best places to live. This first-hand experience allows you to envision what life in Canada could be like if you plan to immigrate in the coming years. Keep in mind, though, that this is a temporary status. Visitors' visas can be issued for periods up to 6 months to 1 year. The exact validity period of your visa will be determined by the officer who issues the visa. Once the legal validity period is over, your visa will expire and you will lose your legal status as a visitor in Canada. So don't forget to maintain your status and extend your temporary resident permit before it expires, even 1 month before. Keep in mind also that this will be your opportunity to find an employer where they can offer you an LMIA or labor market impact assessment so that you could be able to change your visitor's visa to work permit. While visitors' visa are not meant to be used as a vehicle to find work in Canada, visitors' visa holders are not expressly prohibited from searching for work while they are inside Canada. With my own experience, in reality, Canadian employers often prefer to meet candidates in person before they hire them. So searching for work from inside Canada may be more effective and efficient than trying to find a job from overseas. However, if you do choose to search for work while you are on a visitor's visa, you should keep the following in mind. Never conceal or falsify your reason for visiting Canada from an immigration officer. You will be expected to prove your intention to return to your country when your visitor's visa expires, irrespective of the outcome of your search for work. You will be expected to prove that you won't work in Canada without a valid work permit. Join a short-term course in Canada. Normally, you must obtain a study permit to be eligible to study in Canada. However, there are some rare exceptions that allow you to study in Canada on a visitor's visa if you meet the following conditions. Here are the conditions. A. The school offering the course is not a designated learning institute. Letter B. The duration of the course or program is less than 6 months. C. The course is not a part of a longer program. And D. You will complete the course before the expiry of your visa. Apply to extend your stay in Canada. Visitor's visa can be issued for a period of up to 6 months. However, if you would like to extend your stay beyond the initial validity period of your visa, you can apply for an extension. Expect a medical examination advice from the immigration, whether or not the extension is issued, and the validity period of the extension are at the discretion of the immigration officer reviewing your application. Perform business activities. While you generally need a work permit to work in Canada, you can carry out some business activities while on a visitor's visa, as long as you do not directly enter the Canadian labor market. For example, one of those is to purchase goods or services for a foreign business from Canadian businesses. Another one, visit a business site. Receive training for product use, sales, or other business functions under invitation from a Canadian business. Meet and interact with people for initiating and concluding a business transaction. Apply for a work permit. Usually, visitors do not have the right to apply for a work permit while in Canada. However, a temporary measure valid until the end of February 2025 makes it possible for visitors who receive a valid job offer while in Canada to apply to get a work permit while in Canada on a visitor's visa. Prior to this temporary policy change, those applying to work in Canada would typically need to apply for their initial work permit before they came to Canada. If they were already in Canada with visitor status when they were approved for a work permit, they would need to leave Canada to be issued their work permit. With this policy in place, leaving Canada is not necessary. That concludes our comprehensive update on the recent changes in Canada's immigration policies, specifically focusing on work permits for visitors holders. We hope that this information has been valuable to you. As the immigration landscape continues to shift, it's crucial to stay informed and make the most of new opportunities in Canada. If you have any questions or would like to share your thoughts on these updates, feel free to leave a comment below. And of course, for more in-depth guidance tailored to your situation, consider consulting with immigration professionals or legal experts. Have a great day.